When she was a teenager, Gail Russel moved with her family from Chicago to the Los Angeles area, where her father transitioned from musician to employee at Lockheed Corporation. Before pursuing an acting career, Russell aspired to become a commercial artist. Her striking beauty led some to dub the Santa Monica native the Hedy Lamarr of Santa Monica. Russell's striking beauty caught the attention of Paramount Pictures in 1942. At just 18 years old, she signed a long-term contract with the studio. Russell later reflected, "Suddenly there was this tremendous amount of work for me and no personal time. It stayed that way for 10 years.
She wouldn't trust me.
This guy have to trust a girl to fall for him?
No.
But you shouldn't have tried to run out on me. Not even for all this.
At age 19, Russell made her film debut in Henry Ulrich Gets Glamour in 1943. She also had a small role in Lady in the Dark that same year and was set to appear in Henry Ulrich's Haunts a House. But in March 1943, she landed a key part alongside Ray Milland in the 1944 film The Uninvited. The Uninvited was a big box office success, directed by Lewis Allen and produced by Charles Brackett. According to Brackett, filming with actress Gail Russell proved difficult. She would often cry on set with her mother, claiming sore throats when in fact she was upset about having to wear a hat for a scene. Allen said that co-star Ray Milland continuously rehearsed lines with Russell to help her get through scenes. Russell, who had not previously drank alcohol, began drinking it to calm her nerves, at the suggestion of the head makeup artist.
Starring Ray Milland, Ruth Hussey, Donald Crisp, with Cornelia Otis Skinner, and introducing the exciting beauty of Gail Russell, whose first love is shadowed by the specters of the past.
The National Box Office Digest reported The Uninvited was among the highest-grossing pictures in the U.S. at the time. Between 1944 and 1950, Ms. Russell had been involved in a number of films. Russell married Guy Madison on August 1st, 1949. They separated in less than 6 months, but later reunited, then separated in 1953 and divorced in 1954. By 1950, it was widely known that Helen Walker had become an alcoholic. According to actress Yvonne DiCarlo, Walker took Russell under her wing and introduced her to the calming effects of vodka. Russell had started drinking on set by the time she made her third film, 1944's The Uninvited, to alleviate her severe stage fright and self-doubt. Paramount subsequently declined to renew her contract. In November 1953, Russell spent a night in jail after being arrested for drunk driving. The following month, she and Madison permanently separated. In January 1954, Russell pleaded guilty to drunkenness in a Santa Monica court and was fined $150 instead of a jail sentence, on the condition that she was not to use intoxicants or go to nightclubs for 2 years. In the same court session, she received a continuance on the drunk driving charge. Russell sued Madison for divorce in May 1954, which was finalized that October. During the proceedings, Madison claimed Russell refused housework and barred visitors and servants. In October 1954, Russell was hospitalized in a coma from hepatitis. In February 1955, she hit another car with a couple and a baby while driving, incurring a $50 fine. The couple later sued her for $30,000 and settled out of court. Russell returned to film acting with a co-starring role alongside Randolph Scott in the western 7 Men from Now, a 1956 film. Produced by her friend John Wayne and directed by Bud Bodicher. The movie and Russell's performance received critical acclaim, signaling a potential career comeback for the actress. Russell was slated to follow 7 Men from Now by reteaming with director Bodicher on Madame Courage, but the project never materialized. Instead, Russell took on a substantial part in The Tattered Dress, 1957, and made a guest appearance in an episode of Studio 57 that same year. However, Russell's comeback bid was derailed in April 1957 when she was found unconscious on her home floor. On July 5, 1957, a Los Angeles Times reporter captured Russell after she crashed her convertible into a coffee shop, injuring a janitor. Russell failed a sobriety test and was arrested for driving under the influence. The injured janitor later sued Russell for $75,000 in damages. When Russell failed to appear in court, she was discovered passed out at home from drinking and was fined $420, given a 30-day suspended sentence, and put on 3 years probation. Russell persevered with scattered acting roles like No Place to Land, 1958, and episodes of The Rebel and Manhunt, telling the press in April 60, "I guess there are a lot of doubts about me, and this is one of the reasons why I want to get back to the business to prove to people I can do a picture. I'm stronger now. The future looks pretty good." In November 1960, Russell was announced for the film Cause of Death with Mark Stevens and George Raft, but the movie was never produced. Russell's final role was in a low-budget film, The Silent Call, in 1961, where she received top billing. After moving to a small house where she lived alone, Russell periodically tried to stop drinking, but always started again. On one occasion, she was hospitalized due to her alcoholism. On August 26, 1961, Russell was found dead in her residence in Brentwood, Los Angeles, California, at the age of 36. Her body was discovered by 2 concerned neighbors who had not seen her for several days. Next to Russell's body was an empty vodka bottle, and her house was filled with many more empty bottles. The coroner determined that Russell died from liver damage caused by acute and chronic alcoholism, as well as aspiration of stomach contents. She was also found to have been suffering from malnutrition when she died.